Talmor, Shishin Marachi. Talmor is my home. My family have worked the land for generations. My gran says the island does not belong to us, but we belong to the island. And we must be ready, for a great evil is coming, and death follows with it.
Listen and subscribe to the latest season of Undertow, The Harrowing, a Storyglass production presented by Realm, available wherever you get your podcasts.
The thing that I fought tooth and nail to bring my son into is Dungeons and Dragons. That is the ultimate solution to parenthood.
I'm Alexis Ohanian. In my podcast, Business Dad, I'm hoping to open up the conversation about balancing careers and family. I talked to Rainn Wilson. I wanted to learn more about Rainn's advice to play D&D with your kids. Business Dad is available now, so be sure to listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, world, and welcome back to another episode of Thanks for Coming In. I'm your host, Jillian Clare. So I did it, y'all. I finished Bridgerton, the books. I read all 8 in just over 20 days, like 23 days or something like that. Anyway, I was up till like 2:30 a.m. the other night, finishing the last book, sobbing my eyes out. And the next day was completely ruined for me because it totally messed up my sleep schedule. But the books are amazing, and I highly recommend you read them. I'm going to be going into the Pink Carnation series here in a second that my best friend Sarah told me I needed to read, so that's going to be the next book binge. What are you reading? Tell me what you're reading. I'm always looking for new books. This week was, it's been a long week. If you watched my Instagram live a couple weeks ago, I said that I am back in school, which I don't know that I've said that on this podcast before, but hey, I'm back in school, decided to go back to college and finally finish out my degree. But this week is finals week for my my latest term, and all day today I was working hard on my final projects, and they're done. And Monday a new term starts. So, take a couple days of relaxation. Today on the show is Jacques Chevelle. You know him from his new Nickelodeon series Side Hustle, airing Saturday nights. He is a great talent, super, super excited for his future. Great career ahead of him. Was really fun to meet him and to talk to him. So here is my conversation with Jacques. Welcome to the show, Jacques!
Hi, hello.
How are you doing on this fine California day?
I am doing great. I'm doing really good. It's nice outside, and I'm happy about that.
I know, it's getting super warm here, which
It
is
is.
it's bizarre.
It's very weird. Like that. Like I'm from Atlanta. My dad is like dealing with all the cold weather, and what's going on in Texas with all those outages because of like
Yeah.
the snow, and it's just like sunny in California, which is
I know, it's so bizarre. It's like 3 states away, people are literally freezing to death,
yeah,
and we're over here like, "Hey guys, can we turn the AC on, please?"
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So tell me a little bit about Side Hustle. You know, I directed Jaden in 2 movies, so I've worked with
Oh no
her.
way.
Yeah, and she's great. I adore that girl. Tell me about the show and how you got it, and what it's like to be on a Nickelodeon series.
Yeah. So, Side Hustle is about 3 best friends who get in a world of trouble when they explode my father's boat. Um, yeah, so they gotta find different ways to like come up with the money to pay my father's boat off, and my character Jagged, he is given the task of making sure the kids get the money in every week. So he goes to extreme lengths to get there. I got the audition with Krisha and Jamie. They're the casting directors at Nickelodeon. They've been
Yeah.
with Nickelodeon for a while, and I had been going into their office for a second. And every time I went in, it just like wasn't the right role. It wasn't the right
Mm-hmm.
character. But when I had got for Jagged, I was like, oh man, I know this character. Like I know this guy. Like I know who he is. Can I feel like I got this. And I
Right.
went in, and then Jamie was like, they're so cool at the office, by the way. They just like they remember actors and they like keep bringing them in, and there's like
Yeah.
they know they have faith in you, and they're like, I know there's a part coming, which is so cool and very it's not common in our industry that the cast
It's
members do.
it's really not. Jamie and Krisha actually casted both my movies too for me.
Oh no way. Yeah.
Yeah. I
They're
love
so
them. They're
great.
the best.
They're so great. Yeah. And so when I had walked in, Jamie was like, "Yeah, I thought about you when I saw this role," and I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I think I got this character. I know this guy." And she said, "Okay, great, good." So we did the audition. It was right before Christmas, like Christmas break of I think 2019. Yeah,
Mm.
2019. And so I went on Christmas break, came back, and then we did the producer session with Dave, and Dave gave me a couple notes here and there, and then next was tests. It was our test with like the network. And I
Wow.
remember on the day where we had the test, it was I went in with Isaiah, and I was like, and Jaden and Jules was came
Hmm.
to read the whole cast because it was kind of also like a chemistry test too, and the final auditions.
That's so
And
interesting because usually you do the chemistry read first and then you do a
right,
test.
right. So it was definitely a combination, and I think that's like what's been that has really helped our show, and what makes like sets us apart is that from the day we first met, we all had really good chemistry. I was getting on to the point that when me and Isaiah went in, it was just like we were really bouncing off of each other. We were really feeding off of each other energy. And then they brought in Jaden and Jules, and like the whole cast just like meshed
Mm.
automatically and really quickly. I remember walking. I was talking to Isaiah. I was like, that was cool. It was like, yeah, that was dope. That was fun. And it's like very one of those moments where you're like, oh man, that was a really good audition. And you
Yeah.
sometimes don't feel that when you when you come out from audition. You're like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure, but that you felt like that was one of those moments where you're like, I did really good. That was good. I gave it all I could give for that audition.
Well,
And
and
then,
it's one of those
yeah,
things too, especially with, chemistry reads. It's like you can feel it. You can feel when
mhm,
something is just meant to be and when it's just there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So true. Yeah, that's very true.
So
Yep.
you got Side Hustle and you guys are still on your first season, is that right?
Yes, we are still on our first season. We just recently got picked up for 7 more episodes. So
Heck yeah.
yeah, so we got an extension for our season one.
That's amazing. So tell me what got you into acting? What got you to this point?
Um, I was very, very interested in theater when I was younger,
Hmm.
and I got a chance to like perform Shakespeare. My first play was Comedy of Errors, and I had played an Antipholus of Syracuse. I played
That was your first play? The first
That
thing
was
you
my
tackled was Shakespeare?
yeah, and it was very scary. And I remember being on stage and just it all feeling right. And I was super excited because this for some reason this production like this version we got a chance to put it up at a local theater in Atlanta, which is not
Wow.
normal for like a high school production. So I
Right.
actually got a chance to like fill out the crowd, the Atlanta theater crowd, and
Mm,
like actually get a genuine experience of what it's all about. And
right.
yeah, and I had started from there, and then I just continued to pursue it once I went to college, and get a part of plays locally. start
So
audition.
did you study acting in college too?
Yes, I studied acting in college. Um, I did. I, I did actually. I got a chance to do another one of my because I think you can only audition for plays once you've been at the school for a while
Okay.
for a second. So my first play going into I think my second semester was Comedy of Errors.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I played and I played a Dromio, and I got to play like the slapstick side of the like the first time I played the the straight man, and this time I got a chance to play like the comedy guy, the funny
How
guy, very
fun.
slapstick. Yeah.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to college at Santa
Nice.
Monica College. Yeah.
I did when I first started to go to college many moons ago. It's been a long journey for me. I went to Santa Monica and I loved it. I thought it
Oh
was
no
such a
way!
it's just a great campus too.
It
And I
is.
feel like everybody just is so welcoming and so happy there. Maybe it's because you're close to the
Yes.
beach, I don't know.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. It's so cool going to that school because you are extremely close to the beach, and like
Yeah.
sometimes after rehearsals or after a play we would go to the beach, and like the whole cast would get together and like have a bonfire and
Yeah,
just
because
like
you
hang
might
out at
as
the
well.
you might as well. Exactly. It's a very cool experience. It's honestly really great.
So did you go for 2 years or did you go for 4 years?
I went for 2 years, and
Nice.
I was planning on transferring, but
Mhm.
I ended up getting this project, so it's all got on the
You
hold.
know? Yeah, I feel it. I think I had gone for like a year and a half and then I had booked something and I was like, well, I gotta take this. So then I never finished
Yeah,
my 2 years there. I did go
right,
back
right.
like several years later to try to do something else. And then I completely just failed that class and it was the first time I did not do well in a class and just was like, okay, well, I'm not doing this anymore because clearly I can't do it
It's-
right now. Life doesn't want me to. Duh.
what class?
And now
What
I'm
class
back in
was
school
it?
though. It was a philosophy class, but here's the deal.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was philosophy online and it was like online class in, 2016 is a heck of a lot different than online class in
Yeah,
2020,
yeah.
2021 now. Like it was not a nice
No,
software. Nothing happened on there that looked good. It was just so
yeah,
stressful. Like just looking
yeah. I
at the
believe
website
you.
made you want to like cringe.
Yeah, I fully understand. Yeah, 2020 and 2021 has really kind of pushed schools to actually update those
Yeah,
sites because they're kind of like working at a thing where it's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know?
right.
But
Except all the students are like, "Yo, but it's
y-
broke."
yeah, it's broke. It's broke. It is. It's very is. You have to be like extremely hustling to it's actually it ends up being more work taking an online class than
Yeah.
versus
Although I finally decided to go back to college and finish a degree. So I started again last October and I'm going to SNHU. And I tell you, it is
nice.
such a big change and it's so much easier. And like you can only take 2 classes a term, which I would love to take more, but whatever.
Mhm.
And it's just, I mean, it's so simple compared to, it's still obviously learning and work, but it's so
Re-
simple compared to what online classes used to look like.
Really, really.
Yeah.
I
So
may
if you
have
want to
to.
go on school,
Yeah, I may
check
have
out
to.
SNHU.
Okay, all right.
It's great.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But we also sell merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell and grow at every stage of your business, from the launch your online shop stage all the way to the did we just hit a million orders stage. Whether you're selling scented soap or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. They have an all-in-one e-commerce platform and in-person POS system, so wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. With the internet's best converting checkout, 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms, Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers. Shopify has allowed us to share something tangible with the podcast community we've built here, selling our beanies, sweatshirts, and mugs to fans of our shows without taking up too much time from all the other work we do to bring you even more great content. And it's not just us. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US. Shopify is also the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Because businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/REALM now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/realm. You can shop from anywhere doing pretty much anything. You might shop while working, eating, or even listening to this podcast. And however you shop, we all know and love the thrill of the hunt. But do you also know how to get the thrill of the best deals? Because Rakuten shoppers do. With Rakuten, they get the deals they love with the most savings and cash back. And you can get it too. Start getting cash back at your favorite stores like Sephora, Nike, and even Expedia if you're looking to get some travel in. And getting cash back doesn't mean you have to miss out on sales because those can just be stacked right on top. It's easy to use and based on a simple idea. Stores pay Rakuten for sending them shoppers, and Rakuten shares the money with you as cash back through PayPal or check. Download the free Rakuten app and never miss a deal. Or go to Rakuten.com to start getting the most bang for your buck. That's RAKUTEN.
Great. So you go to Santa Monica. Are you doing auditions then too? Are you doing both things at the same time, or did you kind of just take those 2 years to focus on class?
So I am you mean what I'm doing currently?
No, when you were in Santa Monica College, were you going
Oh
on
yeah,
auditions as well?
yes, I was
Okay.
doing I was doing it all. I was doing that very much the actor thing where
Yeah.
I worked like 3 different jobs,
Mm-hmm.
working on plays, auditioning, and then I had a night shift at what's that surname? Bed Bath and Beyond.
Nice.
Yes, I had a night shift there, and I was very much. I honestly, when I think back, I was like, I don't know how I did it. I was like, I don't know where I found the time to do all that stuff, but I,
It's
I,
adrenaline.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pure adrenaline. Hey, Bed Bath and Beyond is a great store. They closed the one next to me, and I'm very upset.
Oh no, yeah. They're going through some changes right now.
They
Going
are.
through yeah,
So when
them
you
and
talk about being on side hustle, you really know the hustle.
I really do. I do. I honestly do. I know it. Like I feel like that is the badge of honor for actors. Like
Yeah,
once they move to LA, is that grind and that doing so many odd jobs and having so many balls in the air and just like figuring out how to get it all done.
it's true. And now with this big gig economy, it's just like, oh, I'll do some Postmates. Oh, I'll walk
Right.
some dogs. I'll do this. I'll
Yep.
do that. I'll do
Yep.
whatever. I
Yep.
mean, but it does make it a little bit easier for actors because the thing that I've always struggled with is when you have a regular job, it's like, how am I going to leave for an audition at a moment's notice?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's why I had a night shift because I was like,
Yeah.
I like that's the only time I knew I had available. So
Yeah.
I was like, I do the night shift, and then I would do exactly what you're doing. I would watch dogs and do
Hmm.
Postmates or like Uber or something on the side, just to like be
Yeah.
able to audition throughout the week.
Oh man, don't we just love being artists? The things
Yeah,
we put ourselves through.
yeah, exactly.
So tell me about this short film you did called Sex Digits. It was at the AT&T Create-A-Thon competition.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was somebody I met at SMC at Santa Monica College, and it was just like someone recommended me. He's like, oh, this guy's really funny. Um, I think he'd be a good addition to the cast,
Mm.
and we end up shooting. They had rented out an office somewhere downtown, and we shot. It was like a day shoot, and
Nice.
we ended up winning first place. I was like, oh wow, that's nice. That was like, dope, cool. Yeah,
That's awesome. Is it out anywhere that people can watch it? Do you
I
know?
I remember seeing it, but I don't know where it is now. I've looked.
It's
I'm
okay.
like,
We'll do a
where?
deep dive.
Yeah, I've looked for it, but I haven't found it anywhere. Um, I know I saw the creator or the director of that one. He was at UCB, and he was doing something over there, and he was like, yeah, like I'm still like creating new stuff.
So you're so early in your career. I mean, you have so much ahead of you. What do you want to do in the future? Obviously, you're on Nickelodeon now, but where do you see yourself maybe in 10 years?
Hopefully, I would love to have my own production company and be able to like make some of the stories that I'm passionate about.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that would be amazing. That'd be a
Yeah. I mean, and it's definitely possible, especially with things nowadays. Anybody can make their own content as long as you find somebody to fund it.
right, exactly.
um,
Right.
do you want to direct or write, or do you want to tackle all of it?
I want to try it all. I had an experience over the quarantine where I got a chance to like kind of play some of those roles, and I was like, man, I would love to like go more in depth in like
Mhm.
sound and like set design, and I would love to like be able to explore some more things in that field and be able to go in depth and I enjoyed it. I was like, whoa, this is fun. It was like
Yeah.
a really fun experience.
Well, because when you're on that side of the camera, it really feels like you are, because as an actor, obviously we're the story, right? We say the story words, we play the characters that are written, but when you're on the other side, it really feels like you're contributing in an artistic way.
It does. It does.
It's just such a different feeling.
It is. The crazy thing, I wasn't expecting that. I was like, I found like something really special while working on it, and I want to explore it.
Well, I wish you luck, and I hope that you get to do all of those things because it's fun and it's great and you get to create, and the best part about it when you're young and you have so much ahead of you is that you can create with your friends too, and that is what
Yes.
makes it
Yeah.
fun.
Yes. It's so true. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
So on this show we like to share stories of auditions that have either gone awry or funny auditions or things that you almost got that you really wanted. Do you have an audition story like that?
Yes, I was just thinking about one. It was because I was bringing up that like I had that overnight job, and I had a audition like right when I got off work. I worked like 8 hours, and I would get off. I got off at like 7, and
Mhm.
the audition was I think it was like at 9 in Hollywood,
Oh
and I was
my.
in Culver City.
Oh my.
Yeah, I was taking the bus at that time. I was taking the
Oh
red eye.
god, that makes it even
Yes,
worse.
yes. And I was like, I know I got exactly two. I think I might have taken an Uber that night because I don't think I would not have gotten there. Maybe I don't know,
There's
but
no way. I remember as
there's
a kid once my mom and I tried to take the bus from like Santa Monica to an audition in Hollywood and it took like 4
no.
hours.
Yep,
Like you just can't do
and
it.
that's not an exaggeration.
No, it's
That's
not. It's
not an
not. Like for people
exaggeration.
who don't live in LA, it's not.
That's you would take. I would assume you take the Wilshire, the 20 bus. I think that's the bus that goes all the way to Santa Monica
I
to.
just I remember it being blue. That's all I got.
Oh, okay, maybe the big blue bus.
That's
All
it.
right, okay, yeah, that's not an exaggeration.
It's not.
That's very true. Yeah, so I took some type of transportation to get there, and I was working on No Sleep. It was a Marvel audition, and
Oh my
I
god.
was on top of that. It was just like it was one of my biggest auditions that I've ever gotten. I was like, oh my god! So I was also kind of anxious about the audition.
Right.
So I go in the room working on no like just like zero sleep, and I'm anxious, so I kind of have coffee energy, you know.
But you're just
You
like
know
a
what I'm
little jittery, and you're like, I'm
Yes,
fine, I'm fine.
yes, exactly, exactly. I have that type of energy. And I go in the room, and the sides are like this. You have to like. It was like this big beginning where like it was like the character was doing something before his lines.
Okay.
And so I go in the room, and she's like, "Are you ready?" I was like, "Yeah, like I'm ready." And then I just start, and I start pantomiming. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. I pantomime for like probably a good second, probably too long. Honestly, if it was, it's not. As I honestly, it was too long.
Oh God.
Um, and then I start my scene. The casting director says stop,
Oh no.
and I get scared. And she said, "You cannot take that long at the beginning of a scene." And I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, sorry, yeah, okay, let's run it back. Let's do it again." And this that scared the. It was
Yeah.
I had so much anxiety about the audition already because I was just like, man, this is like a big role. Like this is it would be insane to get this. Like I was already just like, so when that happened, it kind of like caught me off guard, and I was like, whoa, I was like, oh no. I was like, okay,
And it's
all right,
so
this
hard to get your cool back
it's
after something
it
like that. Like
is.
you can't do
You
it.
are not all like it's impossible. I've never had like a time where I've like where like something like has messed up and then like I go back and try to fix it. I've
No,
never
because then
had
at
that
that
experience
point
where I've been able to.
you're like in your head at that point. You
Yeah,
can't do anything about it.
exactly. Yeah. So I did it again, and it was kind of dull. And then she said, "Thank you for coming in." And you and you just
Hey.
know you when you hear those words, you like you're like, okay, all right, cool. Thank
Yep.
you,
That's
thank you for this
hey,
opportunity.
literally that's why I named the show Thanks for Coming In. I've heard it too
Uh,
many times.
yeah. That's what you. Yeah, yeah. That's what
It's
you
just
get, and
it's what you get, man.
you know.
I know. Oh man, that's awful. I feel for you. I feel for you. Especially when it's something like that where it's like before you even read the sides, you see Marvel and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
oh, this is life-changing things." Because there's so many auditions
Yes.
that you go on that are like, a guest spot or a
Hmm.
small part in a movie or whatever that that's not going to change the course of your life really, but when you see something like Marvel in an
Right.
audition you're like, oh, sorry, what? You want me to do what now? Really? Is it my time?
Yep. Yep.
Oh man, goodness gracious. I like that she just
Yep.
tells you to stop. Just stop.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, well, I have enjoyed talking to you so much. Where can people follow you on social media?
So you can find me on Instagram at Jacques Chevelle. Also Twitter is Jacques Chevelle. I have a TikTok. I have no TikToks out, but I have a TikTok. Eventually, I will put one up.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was so great to talk to you, and I can't wait to see all the things that you do with your career because you have such a bright future ahead of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks again to Jacques for being on the show today. Again, I'm so excited to see what he does in the future. He is so funny. If you haven't watched Side Hustle, it's a really cute show. It's on Nickelodeon, Saturday nights, 8:30, I believe. Really great. Tune in and watch him. Make sure you're subscribed to the podcast wherever you're listening to it right now. You can also follow us on social media. Those links are in the show notes. Tune in next week where I will be speaking with somebody else. And until then, thanks for coming in.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Buntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I study the secrets of the divine plagues and uncover the blasphemous truth that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The Heresies of Redolf Buntwine, wherever podcasts are available.